I pressed record on another midweek update here for us.
That's
Hi,
right. Here we
everyone.
are. Welcome, everyone, and
Hello.
we have David Hupp with us as well.
Yay!
We're gonna talk with him a little bit in a moment about a project that we have as we move toward Christmas Eve. But before we get to that, we just have a few things that we need to touch on, and so we're gonna look toward this coming Sunday. And first of all, Amy, you wanted to talk about Peace Patch.
Yes, it's the first Sunday of the month, so we have Peace Patch. There won't be any children's Sunday school. Look for the link. Well, it's the all church Zoom link, and then we'll be whisked away into our own breakout group, and it'll be wonderful. We'll be focused on Christmas and Advent, and I hope to see all the kids there.
Great, and it'll give the rest of us a chance to see a few more faces that we've been missing.
That's
So
right.
Peace Patch Sunday is great to gather a nice group of kids together. The second thing we want to talk about is something that we had planned for Sunday evening, and that is changing. So Seth, do you want to talk about the luminary walk that we had hoped to have?
Yes. So, wanted to let you know that we are going to cancel the Luminary Walk and Carol Sing. And we have some of the things for the luminaries. So those that are excited about the luminaries, that they will hopefully be realized some point, sometime, but not on this Sunday evening. And we didn't make that decision lightly, but given where numbers are in the county and restrictions on groups over 25, we just felt like this was not in the best example to set, or the best time to do that, as much as we wanted to even try to do just part of it, maybe without the carol sing. But we're going to push that aside, but also looking towards December 20th. We're going to go ahead with the Sounds and Tastes event, and it's going to be a Zoom interactive event. If people remember that last year seasonal variety show, and it'll be together on Zoom on the 20th. So we'll look forward to that date, and look forward to people's offerings for that.
We also have something else going on that we want to highlight, and that's the Angel Tree Gift Project. There's a live sheet that you can sign up on to get your tags. You're not going to get the tag physically, but you get it virtually. And those tags are available. A lot of people have already signed up. Just a reminder that the deadline for turning in gifts is December 11th. That's a Friday. And then the following Monday, the 14th, is when all of those gifts need to go over to St. Robert's and be organized and get ready for distribution. So bring your gifts here to the church, and let us know how or when you want to do that, to drop them off, preferably during office hours. But be in touch with us, and let's get all those gifts together, looking toward that deadline of December 11th. Okay, that's taking care of a few things that we wanted to mention, but we want to spend some time with David talking about our virtual Joy to the World recording event that we're going to work on, and it's going to sit at the end of our Christmas Eve service. Christmas Eve will be live streamed, as you might expect, and because we can't be together raising our lit candles for Joy to the World, we're going to do that virtually. So let's move into a little bit of conversation about that. David, do you want to start off by telling us anything right off the bat about that?
Well, I should have thought about naming the project a virtual congregation instead of a virtual choir in the first place, because I want to encourage everyone to know that this is for all of us. You don't have to be a trained singer. You don't have to be an experienced singer. You just have to be someone who would like to sing Joy to the World with the congregation on Christmas Eve, as we're so used to doing. So right off the bat, this is open to everyone. And so don't be deterred by the name if it's listed as a virtual choir.
So David, this afternoon, I signed up, and I got the recording track and the instructions, and I tried it out, and I recorded myself, and I didn't like the way I sounded. I think I'm a decent singer, but I just didn't think I sounded very good. So I'm a little intimidated by the idea of sending in my recording. What would you say to a person like me?
I would say that is a really normal reaction. Most of us are not used to hearing our own voice unaccompanied on a recording, and so it will sound odd. It will not sound odd when it's all mixed together. Now, there's a little leap of faith here that we are asking the singers to trust in the process a little bit. Your voice will not be sticking out like a sore thumb. Your voice will be blended together with dozens, hopefully many, many voices. Jacob Krause is our tech guru. He's in DC, and we'll be sending the tracks to him. And in the end, the effect will be one like when we were in church together. 75, 100, 200 of us singing together, all voices young and old, some more on pitch, some off pitch, really contributes to that feeling of togetherness. So please don't be discouraged. Also, don't worry that I'm going to be sitting at home listening to your recording and saying, oh, that's so-and-so, that's an interesting take. I won't even hear your unaccompanied voice. They're going straight to DC, to our tech center, and I'll be consulting with Jacob along the way, listening to mixes, but I won't be evaluating every single submission.
So I could send mine in anonymously, or I could say that it's Seth Hendricks' voice that I'm sending, and he would assume that my less than attractive offering is from Seth.
That would work for a time, at least until he opened up the file and saw your face.
Oh yeah, that's. I need more hair.
Yeah. There is that video piece that we're asking for this piece, which maybe goes into one of our questions about what does the visual look like. You know, when we did this for Easter, we just asked people for audio recordings, and I do remember people having some of those same concerns with the audio, even people who sing a lot. But when it was mixed in, it sounded great. But what about the visual this time?
Well, we want to see everyone's face on the film. So when you go to the link provided by Kayla and you get the materials, you get the sheet music to Joy to the World. You may have a hymnal at home all ready to use. You'll get an accompaniment track, which has a metronome click to follow. Since we're not in a position to have a song leader in front or a choir director, we needed some way to stay together as we sing. So there is a click along with the piano music for singing that might seem strange. The click will be removed during our final mix. We won't hear that. It's just a way to stay together. You'll need a candle. You were talking about the visual aspect, Seth. And we will lift our candles at least enough to stay within the screen. I'm watching my candle in the screen. I can only lift it so far. And you'll want to have some good lighting for your face rather than lights behind your head. If your light is somewhere out in front of you, then it'll show your face. Also finding a quiet room without extra noise. I'm lucky right now. I can't hear the dog. I can't hear the kids, but anything could happen at any moment. When you make your recording, you'll want to find a quiet little room and set up either your computer or your phone for filming you. There are also written instructions in the link too.
And that kind of leads into the whole matter of equipment. You want to talk a little bit about, do we need any special equipment to do this?
Equipment is involved. Most of us have what we need. If you don't have any of the things that I'm mentioning, please reach out to me and we can get them to you. If you're watching this midweek update, you're probably watching it on a phone or computer, so you already have one of those pieces. Then you need a second one. I have an ordinary phone here, and you'll need one of those devices for playing the background music, and then put an earbud in your ear to listen along. I like to encourage just using one so that you can hear your voice in the room with the other ear. And then you need a second device for filming yourself. You need a candle and the earphones, and that's about it. If you only have one device, as I mentioned, please reach out to me and we'll figure out how to loan you one. There are many devices floating around. If you have kids, they have lots of devices.
I liked how you started, David, framing this like a virtual congregational hymn together. And I do think that's something that we the four of us talked about, which is just encouraging people. I think we had about 19 people sign up so far, or something around there, and just encouraging people, if you would normally sing Joy to the World with us during that time in an in-person Christmas Eve service, if that's your thing to sing along with that, we'd love to see your face and to hear your voice in any way.
I want to jump in with one other comment, Seth. There are going to be some people who say, I can't do this. I come to Christmas Eve, I just don't sing anyway, even if nobody, would record me. There's no way I'm going to do that. And one of the things we hope to do is have as many faces as possible shown in that Christmas Eve service. So if somebody says, I'm just not going to do this, at the very least, we'd like to have a picture of people with a candle, or with your Advent candles, or with the Christmas Eve candle. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to include all those pictures in that service as well. And so we maybe have a picture collage at the beginning of the service with lots of faces and people with candles. And then we have Joy to the World at the end of the service. And maybe we can get as many people participating as possible. So, think about, even if you can't do this, take a picture and send it to Seth, and he'd be glad to put together, as he often has, a visual, a slideshow video type thing as part of the service too.
Yeah.
What else are we missing? What else do you want to share with us, David, that we need to be aware of?
Well, I just want to echo what you said, Kurt. Seeing each other's faces is so important. And gosh, we miss being together, and we miss seeing each other. So even if you're shy about singing, if you can send us a picture, just to be included, so that we have that feeling of being together, that would be really, really worth it. I want to encourage anyone to just be part of this.
Amy, are we missing anything else?
Nope, I think it sounds really fabulous. I'm looking forward to it.
This is going to be different than what we're used to. Well, maybe not for you, Amy, because you're new to all this, and so you're getting a chance to step into some of our traditions and the things that draw us together. But we really, really want to emphasize this idea of being together even when we can't be together, and to do some things, especially with music, that give us that feeling of community and connection. And we're going to be trying to do that all through Advent in lots of ways. But this is sort of a culminating thing that we want to do on Christmas Eve. And so we very much look forward to it. And when this midweek update goes out through the email later today, there will also be another button to give you opportunity to join up with the Joy to the World project. So if you're thinking, what happened to that email? It's this email that has midweek update that will also have that opportunity to click in.
We will keep reminding people.
Maybe there's one more thing we should say, what's the deadline for turning in recordings?
We would like to have your submission by the 17th. That will give Jacob and I a week to put things together into this big quilt. That should be plenty of time. If it's the 18th and you missed it and you really want to be part, just reach out to me and we'll squeeze things together. It's not a hard date, but it really helps us to get everything in with a week to work.
And if people try it now, try it sooner rather than later, if they have issues or questions, they can be in touch with you directly and get some advice or help. So sooner is better than later in that regard.
I agree. And I can tell you, having gotten into this sort of virtual technology fairly recently myself, trial and error helps. And I've learned some things just by doing them wrong and then trying them again. So don't be discouraged by the process.
I'll keep practicing and my voice will get better, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Seth, you just do it in one take. No worries.
Thanks, David, for joining us. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks all very much.
All
We
right.
look forward to Sunday. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.